What's going on YouTube? My name is Mario from Exclusive Auto Detail. We're out here in the city of Anaheim Hills, and we're gonna give you another video of that free 99 knowledge with the man, the legend, Reyes, the entrepreneur.
Is the best time to start detailing business during summer, or they should have started during winter to be ready for summer?
My answer is whenever you're ready. It's almost like, I hate that once again we're gonna be controversial, everyone wants to lose weight on January 1st, but what happens when it's like July 7th? It's like, no, you should start whenever you're ready and just don't wait until summertime. Just do it whenever you're ready. Obviously, ideally it would be best in the summer, but yeah, like I said, just do it whenever you're effing ready, because it's, let's say it's wintertime, you're not gonna go, I'm gonna wait till the summer. That's like 6 months away, Reyes. Might as well just start now, you know? I think personally your best bet is to maybe shadow a detailer, Reyes. Just because, you know, a lot of these guys maybe be graduating high school or maybe going to college. So even though $500 to me or maybe to a detailer isn't a lot of money, but to a 20-year-old kid, that might be a lot of money, Reyes. So to answer your question, you guys watching the video and DMing me, you may be best off just shadowing a detailer. Doesn't have to be me, it could be your neighbor or maybe someone else that you follow on Instagram. Granted that they say yes, Reyes, because obviously it is a little bit of a hassle to just take on a new person. The reason why you maybe want to shadow someone is when you're in the van driving to the next customer location, he's basically, that person's like a dictionary. You're able to ask all these questions of the customer and the expectations that you may have for a detailing business.
So when you say shadowing another detailer, for free, or should they pay you for shadowing them?
I think it's going to be subjective on the detailer. Like I said, I want to have like that image that I'm your everyday detailer. I'm not like this supreme guy. I don't have like a wrap van. So I think it depends on the person. I do know there's some detailers that have like a multiple fleet. You know, time is money, Reyes, so they're going to probably expect a charge. But you know, when it came to Benny or any of my, you know, past employees, I didn't charge them. But it's kind of an agreement because they understand that they're there to learn and I'm not there to make money that day. I'll give you an example, Reyes. By myself, a mini detail will take 2 hours or maybe like an hour and 45 minutes. But when I taught Benny or Nathan for the first time, it would take us almost 2.5 hours to wash a car. So in reality, I'm actually like losing money, if that makes sense, because it's taking me longer to teach this guy my tips and tricks. So who knows, maybe in the future I'll charge, you know, knock on wood. I don't really want to charge just because unless I feel like I'm giving extreme value, Reyes, but yeah.
What's your best tip for him to start getting clients?
There's a lot of answers to that. I think first and foremost, just reach out to friends and family. I feel like we're kind of repeating the video, but yeah, reach out to your friends and family, post on Instagram. It sounds dumb, Reyes, but I mentioned again, start knocking on some doors, man. Hey man, how you doing today? I'm Johnny, I've been living here for 5 years. I've been your neighbor. I noticed your car's a little dirty. Maybe the car that's parked outside that's, you know, like for example, this Expedition, the customer doesn't drive it that often. I noticed that your Forerunner has been really dirty. Would you like to get a wash? And most likely the customer's gonna say yes because it is dirty and then it's a car that they're not worried about getting damaged. I think they should try to charge for $60 and up. Just because as a new detailer, you're gonna be, all that money you're gonna be making is literally gonna be going back to the detail, you know. So for example, let's say this guy gets 2 cars by some miracle, or a woman, girl, she gets 2 cars in one day, that's 120 bucks. But that $120, I promise you, they're gonna be reinvesting it back into the company, whether you're gonna be buying P&S Swift, interior cleaner, car soap, you're gonna be saving money for an air compressor. So I guess what I'm saying, guys, aim high, especially, man, it's gonna be 95 degrees outside. We can get real nerdy about this. If it takes you 3 hours to do a mini detail on a car, your hourly rate's 20 bucks an hour and that's a bare minimum. At that point, you're better off working at McDonald's, you know, or In-N-Out, paying you 22 bucks an hour in an air conditioning room, man.
Those new detailers don't know how to handle rejection. You're gonna have a lot of people saying, that's too much. Give them some tips, man.
Oh, I mean, Reyes, I get rejected on a daily. You know how many business cards I hand out, guys, on a daily basis? And I can already see when their eyebrows do this. How much you charge, $100? Or the other one's like, oh, for everything, that's a great deal. I'm like, no, that's just for me to show up and wash your car. So I guess what I'm saying, guys, you guys are gonna deal with rejections every day. I mean, regardless of, you know, essentially, Reyes, we are a detailer, but we're technically like part of sales. If you think about it, we are trying to sell a product. So if you're doing sales, regardless, rejection is gonna be a normal thing, whether you're a car salesman or you're selling, what's that called? The Herbalife, like that scam back in the day. You know, you're gonna deal with rejection. And if that's something you can't deal with, this isn't for you then, I hate to tell you that. Also, guys, it's gonna sound mean, but learn how to say no. Now that I've been doing this detailing business for almost almost 4 years now, I don't know how it is for you guys. When I first started my business, I was saying yes to everything. Didn't matter how dirty the car was. I just said yes because I wanted content. I wanted to do cars and get my experience up. But you know, that guy that you mentioned that got burnt out, Reyes, he probably should have just started saying no then. Just and only focus on the higher end. And what I mean by higher end, guys, is customers that treat me like a human being. You know, I love the customers. It's not even about the high paying customers. I love customers that ask me, Mara, do you want water? Do you want to use my restroom? Is everything okay? You know, if I'm running late, no problem, Mario. Those customers, you're on a pedestal. Whether it's someone that's paying me a lot of money, but they text me, oh, I need a detail tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, it's too late. Like those customers, I'm like, even though they're paying me more money, it's not healthy for my mental health and for my business standpoint. So that's what I would recommend if you have so much work. Raise your prices or just start, I hate to say it, start saying no to those customers that are not treating you well. Everyone's starting their business right now. The winter time is when you really get that gut punch raise. Every winter, it scares me to this day. Like when winter comes, like thankfully Reyes, it didn't rain that much this year. My first year ever detailing, it was about about 3 years ago. Reyes, it rained so much, Reyes. I forgot, like from like November to December, I think out of those 2 months, I probably worked like 10 or 13 days out of those 2 months. So I was maybe working once a week. Reyes, I was pooping bricks. But you know, thankfully I had money saved and I was eating rice and beans, Reyes, and I canceled all my Netflix subscription. I was low key just, I was watching sand. I was counting sand to pass the time by. But yeah, Reyes, wintertime is by far the most scariest part of the season. All right, guys, we're about to wrap up today's video. We talked about a lot of topics today, Reyes. We talked about like what should detailers do if they're thinking about starting their business. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned to the next video. Peace out, guys.